Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there in our little geekdom. Today is the day of days. You don't know what that's from, do you?
I'm a panda.
Anyway, yes, guys, today is actually an awesome day because today we get to tell you our story. I'm sure Kez is quite keen to tell you her story because I'm really keen to tell you our story. And gee, I wonder what we're talking about. What could it be? You probably saw the description anyway, to be honest. So, yes, we are doing the review for Detroit Become Human. Okay, so we're going to give you a bit of information about the game, how it actually comes about, how all of it works. It's quite awesome. It's actually really in-depth. I love it personally. I really do. I don't know about Kez, but I actually really enjoyed this game. And
This game made me cry a few times.
yes, it is kind of, it's upsetting in certain places. It can make you sad in certain places. Makes you look at well, you know, what if androids had to be around? You know, how would we react to androids actually having a mind of their own and all that? So it's really well done. I love the story that the guys put behind it.
Quantic Dream, firstly, you guys did
Yes.
an amazing job. This game is absolutely stunning. Graphic-wise, story-wise, everything-wise, it is...
Yeah.
I take my hat off to you guys.
In classic Quantic Dream fashion, this game has come out exactly how I would have expected it to come out from, you know, your Heavy Rains and all of that. I expected it to be that kind of a story-driven game. These guys really know what they're doing when it comes to actually developing a game that is so story-driven. I don't like story-driven games, just so you guys know.
No, he doesn't like quick time event games.
No, I don't like story-driven games either. I don't like the fact that I have less control over characters than I should. I would like to do more with the character than I could, but I played Heavy Rain when I was younger and I loved it. I thought it was a brilliant game. It was also a story-driven game, but it was actually damn well made. The same thing here. Quantic Dreams, guys, you did it again. You made a game that I actually really liked. So let's get into it. We're going to get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything to do with the game. Everything to do with the design, everything to do with all of that. We're not going to spoil the game for you guys, just so you know. It's going to be a nice read.
For me,
So
I don't...
Kez, you can start, yes.
I'm going to start with the bad because there's not that much bad actually. There's more good in this game than there is bad. So for me, the only two things that I had an issue with was that you couldn't make decisions on where you wanted to go. So if you had a goal that you needed to complete, so like for example, go to a bus station, you couldn't go and explore. You can explore, but you could only explore to a certain extent. Because then barriers would stop you and say you need to go to the bus station, just as an example. So that's one thing that I didn't like. I would have preferred that you can explore a lot more.
She likes an open world.
But it's not a big deal because the story captures you so much. And the second thing that I didn't like is the control schematics. So sometimes if you needed to do something with your character and you move the controller, the left and right joystick buttons, if you moved it too slow or too fast, sometimes the action wouldn't happen. And so there's that, and also the way you would walk and things like that. I just felt that if you had a bit more freedom with that, it would be an awesome game. Well, an even more awesome game than what it was.
Yeah. Okay. From my side,
The bad.
I know how story-driven games go, so it doesn't bug me that it wasn't open world. It was, well, semi-open world, if you can call it that. So that doesn't bug me too much. I'd expect that from a story-driven game. However, what did bug me, and I will say this over and over again, I hate quick-time events. I despise quick-time events. When it comes to push the button in a certain amount of time or you will lose, it pisses me off. I like to actually have more control over my character, so that does piss me off. But again, I'd expect it from the guys at Quantic Dreams. A lot of people like quick-time events. I'm just not one of them. Another thing that irked me was the same thing with Kez. You move the analog stick, the right analog stick. If they, I mean, you know,
If you
you
move it
turn
a
in a
smidgen
direction.
too far
If you turn
off.
in a direction and you happen to be going towards what you're going towards, then you have to be so perfectly on time to make sure that the screen is exactly where it's supposed to be with your right analog stick. Otherwise, it's gonna go red, and then you're gonna have to do it again. And it's just that irritated me a little bit. And of course, there were bugs, but every game is full of bugs. You're gonna get bugs. I landed up having a really awesome one where the lieutenant's gun was actually sitting over here, like within his hand. That was very funny. And then there was another one where the androids were jumping across to certain points, and then one of them stopped in mid-air and just went down. That cracked me up, and that was very funny. But overall, again, even from my side, there wasn't that much to actually be upset about. I didn't like I said, the control schematics could have been a bit better designed.
We did play it on different difficulty levels.
yeah.
So I played it on the easy level, and he played it on the harder level, which is also why he's talking so much about the quick time events, because that changes based on the level. So I just had to press like X,
She also had help
circle,
throughout
and
the game.
things like
I
that,
didn't get help.
and I had help, and he didn't.
No.
So.
I liked it like that.
It's
I like it like that.
I'm
It's
just
an awesome learning
stating
curve.
that it's two different. We played two different play styles.
Look, I like it like that. I like the fact that if it changes, it actually becomes more and more difficult. It gives you more, you know, it immerses you more in the game, which is quite awesome. But like we were saying, with the control schematics, especially when it came to the quick time events, I hate quick time events. And also the reaction for the touchpad, they could be a bit better. You know, you'd swipe down and it wouldn't swipe down properly, or you'd swipe left and it wouldn't swipe left.
But
so
it's
you have
little
to do
things.
It's little things. It's tiny little things. It's like it's annoying little bugs that you'll get over when you're playing the game, because damn, now we're gonna get into the good.
They're good. They're good. They're so much good. Firstly, to carry on from this discussion, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. The fact that they made the game so interactive with the controller. So I sat and watched Diffie play a bit, and with his quick time events, they made it so interactive that he had to move the controller this way and up and down. And
they took the
things
6
like
axis
that.
to a whole new
So
level.
it's very awesome that they actually interpreted so much interaction with that. The detail in the graphics and the people, and
the world
it is
around them.
amazing. Like when it was raining, you could see that the people, the androids and the people around them, you could see the droplets of water on their clothes. You could see that they were actually getting soaking wet from the rain.
And it's stupid little things like that you
clothes.
catch. That's the whole thing about this game. There's stupid little things like that, like droplets of rain hitting the characters, the way their eyes close, the tears on their eyes, the way when they cry, you actually see the tears
running down
running
their
in
cheeks.
different angles down their faces. It's stupid little things like that that you catch, and you go, damn. You know, and you look at it from that point of view, the way the hair waves on certain androids and on certain people, it was impeccable. They did such an awesome job. Okay, some of the characters move funny, but that was probably because it's the way the androids were designed. So you got like characters that would walk really funny.
Like Kara kind of looked like she had a stick up her butt.
She did. She
and
looked like
and her arms stuck out.
Yeah,
but
like a stick
it
up her
doesn't
arse.
take away from it. It just shows you that each one is different.
Yeah, each android is different. I mean, like Marcus
has
is
this
walking.
more determined
Yeah,
walk.
there was more of a determined walk, whereas with Connor, it was
He was
more
the
of
most
a
relaxed.
it was more of a relaxed, you know, being part of himself kind of a walk, and it was more human than the other two. Not by much, but it was more human than the other two, which is exactly what the guys wanted you to actually see. Quantic Dreams wanted you to see the different designs behind each android and make you feel like these androids had a particular design and personality put into them before you even get into the game fully. And this is in the very beginning of the game. And you get to meet all three characters. Each decision you make, obviously, like Heavy Rain, will impact how the story grows from here. And trophies, plenty. There are so many.
Because you can play the story again and again and again.
Yes.
Each character has 3 main endings to their story, but every little decision you make in the game adds to that part as well. That's another thing that I like as well, because if you play the game, you'll see that at the end of each mission it'll say you finished this level with X amount of percentage, and we thought that okay, you then have to restart from scratch again.
And try going,
However,
getting 100%.
I made a mistake and I redid something, and I did a change, and it actually adds to it. So it's nice to know that because the both of us have finished the game, when we restart it now, those choices that we made the first time around will still be there.
Yeah.
It doesn't
to
disappear completely.
Yeah, exactly. Another really awesome thing about the game was the very beginning with Chloe, and how Chloe actually interacts with you in the game. She's
kind of freaky sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry, she said that she likes the interior decoration in our house, so it's kind of freaky, and it looks like she follows you.
Yeah, if you walk around, it actually looks like she's following you.
Sorry, I had to say.
And look, I don't know, maybe it's got something to do with the camera, but I highly doubt it. I think they just actually they interpreted the character to actually be able to work like that very well. But when you finish playing for the day, for example, and you log out and you go and do something else, when you come back, she will actually say to you, I wonder if you made the right decisions last time, or she'll say, it's been a while since you played, it's nice to see you back, and things like that.
You had one where you played until really late, and she said, you've played for a very long time, I hope you had enough rest or something like that.
Because I played
cool
for
that
quite a few hours.
the patterns.
Yeah, and she picks up on your play patterns, and she picks up how you actually play the game and all that, and every single time you log into the game, she'll say something different about what you chose, how you chose it. And things like that.
And she comes with really smart quotes.
Yeah, so it's really awesome that they actually they literally make the game interactive from the very beginning before you even start the game. That was by far one of the best. I mean, honestly, something that I did not expect to actually play in this game. But again, the motion capture that they used on the actors. Now you got to remember, these are the same actors. Okay. The same actors that are in the game are the same actors that you see in reality. It's not a likeness of someone like you would have from Assassin's Creed, where they take a model and they put the model there and they put a different actor behind the voice. These actors were the actors, and damn did they play their parts well.
And the likeness and the behavior.
Yes, I mean even
amazing.
Exactly.
And the emotion that they put into the characters, like oh my word, you want to just climb through the screen and hug these people.
Yeah, and these are androids.
It's androids. They're not supposed to have feelings.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to have emotions. You're not supposed to care because they're just androids. They're just machines. But freaking hell.
Yeah, they pull you in. Hey, it's honestly, I would expect nothing less. Honestly, when I can't stress this enough. Quantic Dreams is one of those games where, or is one of those designers where they design a game and it makes you feel like you're watching a movie, but you get to actually make the decisions for them. It's a different kind of a game.
Something else that's really cool about Chloe in the beginning as well. Well, not in the beginning, but I tried to restart the game, like completely restart it. And then she says that the creators who made her suggest or advise that you play the game through a first time before you start a new game completely.
Yeah.
So you can restart it, but it's little things like that that actually show you that they made that effort to say, no, don't just restart because you made a mistake. Carry on and see where your journey
Yeah, but I mean,
ends.
you'll judge from your decisions what the mistakes you make through the game. It's going to affect the story right throughout the game. I mean, it's one of those.
Song.
Yes. Okay. We've got to talk about this. There's a song. We don't know what it's called. We've been trying to figure it out.
Everyone's
been trying to figure it out. We've looked everywhere for it. We can't find it.
Quantic Dreams, if you're watching, let us know.
Quantic Dreams, if you are watching, let us know what the name of the damn song is. But when you're walking with Marcus in the very beginning of his story, you come across this guy busking in one of the squares, and you stop and listen to the song.
You will be hearing it in the background.
You will be hearing it in the background, yes. We will be playing it in the background of the video, obviously. But this guy, firstly, I don't know what the hell they did, but the song is so encaptured. It's encapsulating. It sucks you in, and you just sit there and you just want to listen to the song. Honestly, I sat and listened to it, I think 3 times. I sat and listened to the song.
And it gets stuck in
your head. Now, we assumed the song is called Melbourne Rain or something, Motown Rain or something along those lines, but you guys can look it up on YouTube. There was a really nice YouTuber. We'll actually leave the link to their channel. Yes, we'll leave the link to their channel in the description below as well, so you can get it and listen to it. But this song is so amazing. So Quantic Dreams, guys, you got to get this. You got to get this. You got to tell us who it is. But not only that, the artist, when he was playing the guitar, when he was singing, it was. You could actually feel the emotion. You watch him singing, and you can actually feel his emotion as he's singing the song to you. It's mind blowing. It really is. They did such an amazing job with every single actor in this game. So yes, Quantic Dreams, you guys rock really. I'm glad to say that you guys have not changed since Heavy Rain. You've improved. All you've done is become better and better and better. And Detroit Become Human is proof that you guys are still doing what you're supposed to do when you design games.
There's so much good. We actually can't cover all of it.
There's so much that we could spoil that we're not going to spoil for you. I'm not telling you anything about the story because you guys have got to play it yourselves. I'm not giving anything away for you because you have to be the ones to live the story. It is so it's
one thing I will
so
say,
deep.
we chose the peaceful route basically. That's what we're saying.
Granted, I'm going to be a real dous in the next one. So.
Sorry, people, we're killing you off, but we want to see how the story is.
But not only that, I really want to be a real dous. I actually want to be a real dous.
If you play the game, you'll understand.
You'll understand, yes. We're not going to tell you anything about it, but
the stories are intense.
The humanity behind these particular people is okay. In certain aspects, especially those police officers and the FBI agents. They are disgusting, despicable human beings, basically.
Basically, to sum it up, we didn't play exactly the same. We had similar but not similar endings, but we both went the peaceful route, and law enforcement actually took out some of the androids. That's all.
I don't like to think of of law enforcement like that though. But in this game, they're like that. But I don't think of law enforcement like that personally. It's got an unbelievable story. It's deep. It's beautiful. There's no words, basically, to explain how awesome this game is.
It's amazing. It's really... It's one of the top games to come out this year.
Yes, honestly, 2018 is turning out to be one of those years where the games that are coming out are just...
And Detroit is
ranked up there, yes. Detroit is sitting nice and high up there now. Alright, so guys, from what we've told you there, hopefully it gives you a bit of a decent idea of what the game is like. I personally love the game. I thought it was one of those kinds of games.
Score!
But we're going to give you the scores. I'm going to let Kez give her score first. You might not like my score, but I'm going to let Kez give her score first. Angel, your score?
Mine is a 9.
Here you go. Kez has got a 9. Any reason why you want to give it a 9?
Because it was that good. There were teeny tiny little bugs that didn't really take too much away from the game, so that's why it's a 9 out of 10. If it was game-breaking bugs, then it would have been lower. But this game is amazing. You want to play it again and again and again, because also every story they've accounted for about you can play this game for 70 hours to get through all the stories, because each little thing. So you can take the frying pan, you can take a gun, you can take a guitar, just as an example from one scene. I'm not going to say what scene, but those are the choices you can make.
Silly little decisions like that.
Silly little decisions that will change your story the whole time. So that's why it's a 9 out of 10, even though there were 2 little things I didn't like.
Okay, from my side, as I've told you guys before, I don't like story-driven games very, very much. But it doesn't take away from how awesome this game was. It's going to be an 8.5 for me, only because I don't like quick-time events. It irks me, it irritates me, it pisses me off. And obviously some of the bugs that were in the game, which obviously took it down a point, but then half a point comes down because I didn't like the quick time events. Too fast, too much of a decision to make in such a short time. I didn't like it. But overall, this game deserves that 8.5. It is one of the best games I've played this year. It's sitting up there with the rest of the games that we have actually played this year. I can't remember all of them because we've got so many. It is definitely sitting up there with Monster Hunter, I can tell you that. But again, guys, I hope this gives you a bit more of an idea, especially from someone who hates playing story-driven games. Okay? Definitely. I say go get this game.
Definitely go get this game.
I don't like story-driven games, but this game is worth every penny you spend on it, because it's going to keep you enraptured. It's going to want you. You're going to be pulled back to it. And I'm going back to play it just now again anyway. I'm going to restart the game and we're going to play it again. because I love this game so much. And I don't like story-driven games, so that just to give you an idea. I'm an RPG person. I like my open worlds. This game is worth it. So seriously, guys, go out, get the game, see for yourself the kind of story that you can build. Rest assured, your story will be different. Guys, if you have played the game already and you finished it, tell us how your story ended, or don't tell us how your story ended.
Let us know what you
Let us know what you thought of the game and how you guys thought the game was. And remember, guys, hit a thumbs up if you liked the video, hit a thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you really like us. Hit that bell icon to get notifications of whenever our videos come out, as well as when we go live. Remember, you can subscribe to us on Twitter. You can subscribe to us on Facebook. You can subscribe to us on Twitch. You can subscribe to us on Vero. We also have a blog which also sits on Blogger. I don't know what it's called, but Kez knows.
It's Blogspot, and it's just the SA Geeks. I
The
will
SA
put
Geeks
the link
on Blogspot. You will put the links down below for everything.
It's where we get all of our information from for Ster Kinekor and games that are coming out.
Yes,
and news
all the
and
news and
updates
stuff like that
things
comes
like
out. So guys, you can catch us on all of that, and as always, remember, keep it geeky! Bye!
Start your story.
Always lines trace your silhouette.